Hey guys, and welcome back to No More Heroes. We've got some extras videos for you now, and I don't even know how to describe this one or even bring us into it, so Richie, it's all up to you, mate.
So, yeah, the entire purpose of this part is to show off the trading cards, because, nobody else would show this stuff off, so somebody's gotta...
Only here somehow. On HFC.
So, basically, I've mentioned it throughout the walkthrough and stuff, but there is a trading card game in No More Heroes that you pick up the cards either in levels or around Santa Destroy, and they unlock stuff here. There's two sets: the Mask of the Legendary Wrestler set, which is what we're looking at right now.
Okay.
And these are kind of all names of legendary wrestlers. You can't actually get up close and look at these masks properly, although they are all on the walls. And these unlock on your first playthrough of the game. Then, after you go into your second one, in New Game Plus, you unlock the ability to get the design materials sets, which you find in different locations in the levels and around Santa Destroy. So, there's a lot of stuff here.
That second to last one sure as hell looks like a Power Ranger.
I think the last one kind of reminds me of Strong Bad a little.
Yeah.
Question. We have a mechanic in this game where Travis can change his pants, change his shoes, change his belt, change his sunglasses.
Yes.
Why, could he not equip any of these lucha masks?
Yeah, that seems like a missed opportunity.
Answer the question, Richie. Clearly you know what the designers were thinking. Why did they do this?
Because they were lazy, that'll be the answer.
Is this really all we're doing for half an hour, just staring at this fucking screen?
Well, no, thankfully it will get more interesting after the first 50 cards, because then you get the concept art, which is what the design materials are, and sort of then you get a closer look up at the characters, bosses, their weapons, and all of that jazz. So, seeing as we are kind of going to be sitting looking at this for a little while, I should probably ask people... Did anybody stick around for the stinger at the end of the credits?
Well, I edited the videos, so yes.
Yeah, I think Tom is pretty much required to do that, so that's just cheating right there when you ask him that question.
Yeah, but go on, Richard.
So, for anybody who decided they got to the start of the credits and when we shut up and just thought, I'll leave it there, you've missed out a rather...
Helldragon isn't talking over this, why should I bother anymore?
You've missed out a rather important... although not very important, bit of the end of the game, because as soon as the credits end, the picture that you've seen throughout the entirety of the credits, it pulls back to reveal a painting frame, and then you have Sylvia talking to a young girl, and is just like, "You like this painting, don't you, Jean?"
Haha, 'tis a ruse cruise.
It's a major ruse cruise, and it's never answered, and the thing is that then you get a little bit where Sylvia kind of appears out of the side of the screen is just like, I know, too bad there won't be a sequel, because at the time the game got made, there was kind of doubts as to whether a sequel would ever exist, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
It does go on to then do To Be Continued, but it was just like, it's quite a fun little thing of further just going completely ridiculous, just adding a stinger, which just makes more questions, and then you're just like, what the hell?
And then you wondered why everything is full of shame and stick.
These are the masks of everyone in the WWE who has botched a move.
The Shredder's there in the upper left corner, so that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to guess if these, obviously we're seeing Strong Bad. I think, on the second page I saw a mask that kind of looked like Kevin Mask, from Kinnikuman, Man, things like that. So I'm kind of trying to guess if any of these masks actually correlate to any other... Japanese wrestlers and things like that, because I don't know if they wear a mask a lot in Japanese wrestling, but I do believe that some, luchadors have spent time, doing wrestling in Japan. I know Hulk Hogan did, and that's kind of where he picked up the whole leg drop thing, and everybody loved that.
There's wrestling going on in Japan, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of mass wrestling, it's probably second biggest there after, Latin America. I'm pretty sure mass wrestling is more popular in Japan than, non-masked wrestling. It's just too fabulous to not be more popular.
Do you have any history of Lucha Libre, Maxa?
Yeah, You're Mexican, right?
That's a stereotype.
I said it the tactful way, you asshole.
Yeah, you did. I'm just talking to
But
Helldragon.
that's what you were thinking, Tom.
Fuck off.
I mean, I watched a bit of it. I've seen a bit of live matches. I had no idea who they were. They were like local village guys or whatever.
Oh.
But I watched WWE for like a year when I was 10, and even 10-year-old me was like, wow, this is fucking stupid. Why would anyone waste their time watching this garbage, and immediately turned it off?
Well, I like watching the Hurricane going at it.
The Hurricane is probably one of my favorite, lesser known guys. That and Steve Blackman, who they barely fucking used, which was a shame, because he was awesome.
Oh my god, we're nearly out of masks, thank god.
Yes, I should probably say, roundabout now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that all of the names of the legendary wrestlers are actual real wrestler names. I can't remember quite where I saw that. It might have been like TV tropes or something.
Well, then it must be true. 100% accurate. Zero flaws in that logic.
Death Metal, definitely one of my favourite assassins.
He is indeed amazing, and it's really cool because you get to see the entirety of his back tattoo, and I think it's the next piece of concept art.
But can we describe his personality in any way at all?
I have to admit, it's neat to look at this kind of concept art, but I never really thought it was that great of a collectible, because especially these days, you pick up one of those in the game and goes, you know what, I'm just going to wait till somebody else does it and dump it all online, and then I don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah. I noticed on Death Metal's weapon, he had the colours for, like, the Apple computer or something very close to it.
Well, yeah, because that was the entire point of calling it orange
Well, I
too.
know
It's
it was
an
the
apple
point, I just wanted
piss
some
take.
validation from my opinion.
Yes, Tom, you are pointing something out that was pointed out at the beginning of the playthrough and was said to be true. Thank you.
So, whatever.
I want that gun. I want it. I want to use it.
It is a pretty amazing gun.
Not sure I trust you with golden guns, Maxie, personally.
Oh, but silver guns were all good, right?
Bronze. Sorry, HFC doesn't pay that well.
I mean, it's not like I could use a silver gun since I'm allergic to silver, so whatever.
Really? Are you a fucking werewolf?
I don't fucking know. All I know is that during one of my chemistry labs in college, we had to extract pure silver from silver nitrate, got on my hands, and my face, neck, and hands all inflated.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't silver, like, poisonous, actually? Like, I know if you ingest it, you'll probably die, but, I mean, just like in general.
All metals to, like, a poisonous amount become poisonous, yes. But, like, it's just the type of reaction that would separate it from, being heavy metal toxicity or being an allergy.
Okay, but here's my question, Mexi. When you got that silver on your hand, you had that accident, did you get any silver-related superpowers? This is very important, you see, because that's what all the movies led me to believe.
Well, I spent the night in the hospital. Does that count as a power?
Well, I don't know about that, because I'm pretty sure there are other heroes who spend all their time in the hospital, so I'm not really sure if you've got the market on that.
Where the fuck is this conversation even going?
I have no idea.
Wow, Destroy Man's alter ego looks much buffer here than he actually does in the game. Almost squat, I should say.
Probably just the fact that you see it straight on, whereas in the game you sort of spend quite a lot of time either hovering above him or below, so those angles kind of change the perspective quite a lot, although I do think he is fatter.
TV lighting versus movie lighting, basically.
Well, then also the lines that are used in the actual game, like, the lines probably around his outline distorted a bit of, like, where he actually ends and begins. It's all an illusion, man.
I like the fact we're seeing the finer details of the character designs, because, again, No More Heroes is a kind of dark game, just in terms of, like, colour palette, so sometimes things can get a little bit too muted.
Well, like, that picture pointed out that it wasn't really eye beams. He just had, like, little laser things mounted on his temples.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you care about that, there you go.
I kind of want to see Destroy Man fight, like, one of the guys from that anime series, Tiger and Bunny. You guys ever hear of that? I mean, I haven't watched it, but I read about it, so I'm pretty much an expert.
I have heard of it, never watched it personally.
Another question I have, now, I've seen this done before. They totally should have, used her prosthetic leg, and they should have put like a gun barrel on the end. I mean, I know she's bomb themed, but that would just be cool.
Are you thinking of, what is it, Death Proof here?
Death Proof? Did he do that? I'm trying to...
It's a Quentin Tarantino thing, I know that much.
Oh, yeah, no, well, she had a rocket launcher, which honestly works even better, because those are explosives.
Oh, Helldragon, you remember this boss fight?
Yes, we all remember this. Now, I do know he does show up in the second game. You can actually fight him this time, and that looks like a pretty cool boss fight, I have to admit, so...
Not one of my favourites is the Let's Shake fight in the sequels, because there's a lot of waiting that ends up happening.
It's a stop and start kind of boss, really.
Definitely.
Ugh, this asshole. Speaking of stop and start bosses.
Well, at least he sparkles. That gives him something to be positive about.
What does that actually give him? What does that help?
I don't even know.
Don't make that a positive point if it's not actually a positive point.
Also, Harvey used beam katanas. Stick type, angel and bones are used to represent life and death. Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of very small details that appear in these description things. That's why I'm kind of letting them roll, because otherwise you would end up missing out on that information, and it just makes things a whole lot easier. I should probably also point out that the music you're listening to isn't what you would normally be listening to. You'd just be listening to Travis's house theme. But I've kind of mixed it up a bit and done some of the songs from throughout the soundtrack just to kind of have something else playing. Otherwise you just go even more insane than you will already be going.
Way ahead of you. Chicken!
Chicken?
No, that's the chick phase.
I'm looking at Speedbuster's weapon here. I noticed, she only pulled out like the really big gun with the huge fuck-off cannon. But with the way it transforms in layers, do you think her weapon card had different modes, so to speak, like for different situations?
What, you mean in-game or just in general?
Just in general, like assuming you were able to kind of flesh out on that fight. It kind of looks like her card just had different modes for different functions altogether.
Maybe, but I think it's... Well, her name is Speed Buster, so it's a Buster Cannon. I guess the only way she was able to kill people was taking them by surprise, because, you look at her, she's just an old woman with a shopping cart full of, like, eggs and whatnot, but you turn your back, click, click, boom.
Pretty much, I mean, the fact that she kind of kept... I mean, it doesn't help that Travis is a complete and utter idiot, but it's kind of doing the whole death trick, just to kind of keep the flow going so that he doesn't realise quite what she's doing. And maybe it was that type of technique that she used for most people.
That can, explain half of this game. Well, you see, Travis is a fucking idiot, so therefore, all of this happened.
Oh, I see. He puts the horse saber on his head and then he pulls the whip out of his helmet or something?
Well, sort of. I think what it is that it's... As you pull this horse thing out, the wire and saber appears. I think it's sort of like Thunder Ryu's weapon in a way, which I think you'll see in a minute, because there's a whole thing with that of it physically, it can't be sheathed, basically.
Yeah.
And that is where Dr. Naomi gets the inspiration to make the Tsubaki from.
Nice. There he is, Sir Henry motherfucker.
I did think that when you first mentioned Henry in that context, Tom, I literally thought motherfucker was his last name, but no, then you mentioned it's Cooldown. I'm like, I think I like Sir Henry motherfucker a lot better.
Sir Henry motherfucker Cooldown.
Well, it's okay, because it's not like they ever say Cooldown anyways. He's called motherfucker a lot, so there you go. You can keep your headcanon.
I mean, it's also because when you first meet him in the Let's Shake fight, massive quotation marks, Travis calls him that Henry motherfucker.
Okay.
So
and it sticks, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that his cross sword, as they call it, was made by a Russian tech called Wolf Van. Badass is that.
Russians make good things, yo.
Also, have you guys noticed that the mark on Thunder Ryu's face is the Smash logo?
I was about to make a joke about that, but then you cut me off there, so yeah, I definitely noticed that.
It's close, but I don't think we're going to see Thunder Ryu popping up in a reveal trailer anytime soon.
it confirms it. I'm gonna make a poll on Reddit, and that's gonna all but make it happen.
Damn,
That's
Maxie.
true, yeah.
All these flavors, and you choose to be salty.
It's more just I don't give a fuck, dude. I mean, if you want to be mad about other video game characters not being in video games, then by all means, have at it.
Oh, Dynamite Rider. What a dynamite theme.
Well, that's another thing too. The scabbards they recharge the swords. That makes sense.
That would be where the battery is stored, what do you think?
Something like that. Well, then that just means that explains why the Tsubaki has shit battery life when you first get it. It has no scabbard.
And it's also why sort of you've got all these attachments that Dr. Naomi makes for you that you kind of add onto the end of the Tsubaki, and then that makes it more powerful, adds the energy saver and all of that jazz, so...
I really wish we also had the opportunity to look at Travis's anime figurine collection, because I'm pretty sure he'd be willing to collect them all throughout the levels of Sand Destroy.
Again, No More Heroes 3, put that mechanic in, I'm down for it.
Naomi with those sunglasses actually looked like a sea viper from Street Fighter. That was cool.
Although, I don't think I mentioned anything about, really, Dr. Naomi that much, but did you guys know that she's voiced by Vanessa Marshall, aka the lady who gave her voice to Nala in Kingdom Hearts 2?
No. Well,
Oh,
now
now
I
you
do.
do know.
Yeah.
Unimportant, but interesting.
Literally all of our commentary.
Fraud! Hack fraud! Sorry, it's a reflex. Oh, the most important piece of concept art, Sylvia's fucking handbag.
Well, duh!
I mean, the thing is, it's the only kind of real prop that she ever uses. Like, all of the kind of enemy, well, the bosses, you get to see their weapons, and that's, I guess, essentially Sylvia's weapon, sort of.
I'd like to correct you there. The most useful prop that Sylvia ever uses is Travis. I think you'll find.
Ooh! Nicely done.
Thank you. Prepared that for weeks.
Right now you're getting to actually see what the other weapons look like. So we had the Bloodberry, which is the first beam katana you get, which Travis won in an auction. This is Tsubaki Mark 1, which is the first prototype. Then on the next page we'll get Tsubaki Mark 2 and then Tsubaki Mark 3. So
I like the initial beam katana. It's got a lot of charm to it. It looks kind of shitty, so it matches Travis perfectly.
I do like how the early sabers, they tackle that whole issue of if a lightsaber were real, what would stop it from going on forever? And it's like, well, there's a cap at the end, so the laser beam itself is contained.
Yeah, Tsubaki Mark 2 is the really heavy-hitting one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally a bludgeon.
But it's got, like, multiple beam katanas on it, which is great.
They do something different where they just have a really, really, really long one that's like, it's so long that Travis has really slow swings. It's like, I kind of would prefer to just go back to, like I said, in this game where they just have a whole bunch of sabers kind of bundled together.
And Tsubaki Mark 3 is the one that you need to get the true ending, Richard?
you need all of them to get the true ending,
Okay.
but pretty much as you go along you're going to be most likely purchasing each incremental upgrade because they are more powerful.
Yeah.
So by the end you're probably only going to need the Tsubaki Mark 3 left anyway, so... That said, you're highly unlikely to have managed to build up enough funds to get, like, the energy saver or what have you.
Yeah. Comes in 3 distinct flavours.
Yeah, here's your spark flood for the sword, thanks.
Well, those are the power-up parts which increase the power of the thing. The thing that we're going to look at just now is the energy saver, which I think basically just connects at the bottom, or at least that seems to be the implication.
I like how, with these beam saber parts, it's made of crystals, but that doesn't purer crystals. Okay. What? Okay. Put the crystal in the thing and you get a beam saber. Done. Figure it out.
I think the S-Tiger's coming up next.
Spell Tiger.
I'm too scared to say it.
And just call it the bike.
That doesn't give it any kind of respect or character. How does this thing even function?
Gasoline?
No, I mean...
Crystals.
It looks like its chassis or whatever is too close to the ground to even start moving.
I don't know.
I noticed on the back of the S Tiger's, other tire in the back, it says Grasshopper on it. Probably a reference to Grasshopper Manufacturer.
Well, it would be, yes, because obviously they made the game.
Only the most intense trivia here on the No More Heroes playthrough.
The thing that I find absolutely ridiculous about the stuff with the Spell Tiger is that it goes ridiculously in-depth to describe everything about it. So we get to think about the super freaky engine, the mufflers, and this just goes on and on and on.
Sounds like a very Suda thing to do, really.
Hey, he likes what he likes, and he's gonna let you know just how much he likes certain things.
I guess we've got something in common, then.
Watching Travis just stand here looking at his trading cards, I'm wondering what kind of host he would be, on the off chance he actually had a friend he had to entertain for a while. You want to look at my trading cards? I got some shit in the fridge. What do you want to do?
Something tells me that doesn't even happen. The closest thing he has is Bishop, and he's pretty much just his man boy and his bike getter.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and also, essentially, the only reason that he's probably still able to get those pornographic videos from Beefhead Studio. Well, Beefhead.
Would be because of Bishop.
TIE Rider? Really?
Wow.
Did you know that this game, it might actually have some influence from the movie Star Wars?
I don't remember who this girl was. Was she in, that arcade game that we briefly played?
Yes, so these are the main characters for the anime that Travis is in love with, Pure White Love of Bizarre Jelly.
Oh, yeah, I remember the Moe girls, okay.
Yeah, so you've got, I think it's Strawberry, Blueberry, and I think this is actually Cranberry or something, which is, Cranberry. For some reason, Cranberry's yellow.
So, which one horribly dies in, the third episode to kind of completely change the tone of the series? Because I've seen that kind of shit before.
I'm assuming they all survive somehow, but yes, so they're magical girls, and they have massive giant fighting robots.
I was going to say, I don't recall these things popping up in the game.
Well, you were playing as a robot in the shooter. It's implied that the little girl is in the robot.
Oh, okay.
Japan and all that.
That red robot back there, that was very Getter. That reminded me of Getter 1 right there. And I'm definitely getting some other vibes. This is very Gurren Lagann kind of. I'm trying to remember when exactly that anime came out, but I can think one kind of played off the other here.
So basically, when we were playing that arcade game, this is the Glastonbury that we were using. The other three Glastonburys come together to form the Pure White Giant Glastonbury full thing.
So you have to buy all three so you can combine them to get the bigger robot? Some genius marketing right there.
That's Power Rangers marketing right there, I think you'll find.
So yeah, Pure White Love of Bizarre Jelly is basically a magical girl thing mixed with Power Rangers.
Hear the lullaby, then rest in peace, baby.
I was important, I think.
Sure, why not?
Also here we get a look at Bishop and the lady behind the desk of K Entertainment, but they are really unimportant in this game.
I love that side profile kind of thing. That's a badass shot.
As badass for Travis, I guess.
There's some really cool kind of images of Travis in the latter bit of this concept art. It's great.
Hey, when you put me in Smash, use this pose for the render.
I think that last one is on the back of the box, and obviously that one is on the front of the box, and that's just...
Oh, come on, that's just a screenshot. Came here for concept art, not fucking in-game renders.
Yeah, we're going to be getting, I think, a few more in-game renders towards the end, but these are mostly promotional shots that they used to advertise the game and stuff. So that's why you get more in-game renders towards the end, because obviously sometimes you do have to use those when you're advertising your game.
Oh my god, it's got Travis's whole fucking life story here.
No, we got Travis's whole life story at the end when we were doing that not real final boss.
Also, you're going to get partial life stories of all of the assassins that we fought when we actually get to their promo art stuff.
Oh, cool.
So you get, their name, their real names, their age, and a little bit about them, which is basically where, the No More Heroes wiki has got all of that information from.
See, now there's still no point, like I said.
Okay, half Japanese, half Ukrainian, born and raised in France, 24 years old. Is any of that true?
Probably not. She's full of shit, you know that.
But explain the weird as all hell accent.
Yeah, I can't really place it. Oh god, here we go, more lies. All of this scrolling text is lies.
How do we even know Travis is even an assassin? Do we even know these things?
Travis seconds before crashing into a tree.
What if Travis was a character in a video game? I bet that's what they're lying about.
And this is the last page. Everyone can rest easy now. We're on the final stretch.
English, nice, 55 years old. Death metal is that his name? As an assassin. Okay, I probably shouldn't be trying to read scrolling text.
Oh, he's a count.
Count Townsend? Is he named after Pete Townsend?
I think so, yes.
I thought with the Count Townsend, he was named after that cereal guy.
See, I was going with the count, and it would have been an awesome Sesame Street reference. But no.
Day job, police officer, yep. Pastel Brankino. Okay, I'm down with that, that's a cool name.
Shinobu loves Duel Masters.
At this point, we're just reading the text, so I hope you enjoy it. Scarlett Jacobs, there you go.
I think the Jacobs is actually another reference to a thing, because it's No More Heroes. It's all references.
Okay, this is Star Wars as fuck in the background right now.
Well, yeah, so you're going to see this particular piece of music in the last part of the playthrough, because this is the regular credits theme,
Okay.
which is called Staff Wars Episode 1.
Okay. And I think that's the final episode's name, isn't it?
Yes, it's completely based on that because they had to take the Star Wars homages even further.
Straight out of JoJo. Phantom of the Obnoxious.
I am. Okay, I'm not going to top that. Good stuff, Eldraine.
So, I know the organization is all just one big giant sham, but you would think that when you register yourself as an assassin, your age would at least be required. I mean, you don't want 15-year-olds signing up for this shit.
Well, I mean, they've got an 18-year-old in on this, and I think in the sequel, I can't remember how old Kimmy Howell is, but I think she might be near 16.
She's in college.
But the whole thing was a scam. Do you think Sylvia really fucking cares how old they are?
Your scam still has to abide by laws, okay?
Oh yes, because she's so concerned about that. Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't we ask her what she thinks?
Well, basically nothing is known about Darkstar, which doesn't really matter because he got punked.
Pretty much, yeah. He's very, very, very inconsequential in the grand scheme of things.
I like how that's all they put for... What's her name was... Oh, she's his ex-girlfriend. You don't want to include half-sister, murder of Travis's parents, the icon of literally his entire scheme of vengeance. No, just the ex-girlfriend bit. Okay.
Yeah, he named the cat after her.
Thunder Ryu is looking back to get back into Cromartie High School, I think.
That jackass, he's mocking me! That's basically all I remember from that. Nice track to end on, Richie.
Well, of course, I mean, this also actually ends the normal ending credits, and it's just like, it's perfect, because it's suitably disgusting and weird, and just really dark.
Travis's hand is huge in that card. Oh my god.
Oh, we're done! We're free!
Yes, just going to quickly show off the stuff in the TV. Unfortunately, I can't show you the Heavenly Star video because, yep, that'd get a copyright claim / strike almost immediately.
Yep, I'd like to point out that the cartridge is, in fact, modelled after an N64 one.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that video game is just your way of playing the game again. So that's pretty much everything. If you want to see the video, I'll try and do a link with it in the comments somewhere.
I can always whack it in the video description if you like.
That'd be great, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, we'll start off a bit shaky, but I think we improved as time went on. And now that I have analysed and critiqued my own show, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you later today for another Extras video. Bye-bye.